In the world of military strategy, there is a famous saying. Amateurs talk about tactics, but professionals study logistics. Throughout human history, the greatest empires did not fall because their soldiers lacked courage or their weapons lacked power. They fell because they ignored the ultimate dictator of warfare, geography. Whether it is the freezing mud of the Russian steppes, the impenetrable jungles of Vietnam, or the massive deserts of the Middle East, terrain and distance have destroyed the most formidable armies ever assembled. Napoleon Bonaparte, Adolf Hitler, and even the world's most advanced modern militaries have all faced the same brutal reality. If you cannot feed your supplies, geography will defeat you without firing a single shot. But how did the greatest empires fail to realize this? And conversely, how did a nomadic warrior named Genghis Khan conquer the largest contiguous empire in history by turning geography into his greatest weapon? In this video, we will look at the hidden mechanics of military logistics and analyze why geography always wins the war. The first and most brutal law of military logistics is distance. In 1812, Napoleon Bonaparte invaded Russia with the Grande Armée, over 600,000 soldiers, the largest military force Europe had ever seen. Napoleon's tactic was simple: win a decisive battle early, force a surrender, and live off the land. But Russian geography had other plans. The vast, endless spaces of the east allowed the Russian army to retreat, burning their own villages and crops as they went. This scorched earth policy left Napoleon with nothing to feed his men or horses. Before the famous winter even began, the freezing mud, lack of roads, and starvation destroyed Napoleon's army. Out of 600,000 men, fewer than 100,000 crawled back. 129 years later, Adolf Hitler made the exact same geopolitical mistake. Operation Barbarossa relied on lightning-fast speed, known as blitzkrieg. But German supply lines were built for modern European railways. As they pushed deeper into the Soviet Union, the tracks didn't match. The roads turned into thick oceans of mud during autumn, and the sub-zero winter froze tank fuel. Geography and logistics defeated the Wehrmacht before they could ever secure victory. But while the European empires broke against the harsh realities of distance and terrain, one empire mastered it completely: the Mongols. In the 13th century, Genghis Khan conquered a territory twice the size of the Roman Empire. How did a nomadic army solve the logistical nightmare that crushed Napoleon and Hitler? They didn't fight against geography, they integrated with it. Mongolian warriors didn't rely on slow supply wagons or vulnerable railways. Each soldier traveled with up to 5 horses, grazing on the open steppe, moving faster than any army in history. They turned the unforgiving terrain into a massive logistical highway. In the modern era, no nation understood the power of logistics better than the United States. During the Gulf War and recent global operations, the U.S. military demonstrated the ability to move hundreds of thousands of troops and millions of tons of supply across oceans within days. They built entire cities with electricity, air conditioning, and supply lines in the middle of hostile deserts. It seemed that modern technology had finally conquered geography. But history has a way of repeating itself. In the jungles of Vietnam, the world's most advanced military faced a low-tech enemy that turned geography into a fortress. The US relied on heavy trucks, massive air bases, and helicopters. The Viet Cong, however, used the Ho Chi Minh Trail, a secret, invisible network of footpaths hidden beneath the thick jungle canopy. They moved supplies by foot, on bicycles, and through underground tunnels. US air power and heavy machinery couldn't destroy what they couldn't see. Once again, a high-tech superpower was drained because they fought against the geography while their enemy weaponized it. Ultimately, the lesson of history is clear. Iron, steel, and technology are not enough to win a war. You can have the most advanced weapons, the bravest soldiers, and the best tactics. But if your supply chain breaks against a mountain, sinks in a swamp, or freezes in the snow, geography will defeat you. In the theater of war, the terrain is the ultimate commander, and those who do not respect its laws are doomed to be forgotten by history.